I just received one of the most ostentatious RPG board game gifts of my life. I think maybe of anyone's life, other than
probably.
one time at Gen Con where I saw them bidding for a pair of D20 dice crafted from dinosaur bone.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
The bid went higher than I was willing to go, which was $12.50. The bid went up into the thousands.
Oh, okay.
My max bid was $12.50. I got it in there quick,
Really?
though. I was ready to go.
Dude.
This is the Wormwood DM screen. It's off to the side. I have the beautiful dice tower. Like, trust me, it's insane. It is
cool.
way too expensive, and one of my best friends in the world gave it to me. A little Mingo, a West Todd, if you will. He has put a timeline. If I don't start playing RPGs, which I own and I love and I desperately wish I played more of, I have to give this back to him in 6 months. And my lovely wife, Shira, who I adore more than anything else in the world, will enforce this rule, taking away the one thing that I love and giving it back to the friend that I'll no longer talk to.
She would do it, too.
She would. She would mail it. She would drive it back to him. She'd mail it back to him. She'd do anything to get these darn RPGs out of my house. Because she has yet to play an RPG that she likes. This video is the 13 RPGs that I'm going to play now. I'll probably title it something like the 5 next RPGs I'm going to play, but I haven't counted them yet, so I can't tell you a number.
We do a thumbnail with all of them piling on you.
17!
Like,
yeah, I mean, that'd be good. Okay, the reason why Michael Matthews is here, this will be a longer video, by the way, because we're going to take a look at them. We're going to have a good time.
Cool.
The reason why he's here is because he's going to be the schmuck that I trick into playing some of these games with, because I need people. Although, the very first one I'm going to throw out there. So the very first RPG game I'm going to play with my beautiful DM screen is a lovely game called 1,000-Year-Old Vampire. The reason why I'm adding this to the list is because this is a solo game built into a journal where you're going through, you're reading about the history, you're writing, you're jotting in. I've played through parts of this before, but I'm excited to actually dive in and commit to playing through it.
Cool.
And you're adding your own notes, you're taking notes on what's happening, you're telling your own story through the lens of this RPG. This doesn't require anyone to play with me, which is why I can confidently say...
Yeah. So how does the Wormwood DM screen play into that?
Trust me, I'm going to sit next to it and gaze at it while I play. I'll possibly do a video playing through this, maybe for the Patreon. I don't know. I'll have the DM screen in there somehow.
Okay.
I'll incorporate it. Tell me, if I play 1,000-Year-Old Vampire, even if it doesn't incorporate the DM screen, do you think I've fulfilled my contract and I get to keep this, or does it? You're saying no?
I didn't say anything.
You're shaking your head.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
I thought, all right, let's start talking. Let's start talking about the other stuff. The thing I think you'll actually be extremely excited about.
Okay.
I just got in this little 2-part system.
All right.
Hull breach and breach of contract. This is a system that incorporates into the Tuesday Night Games Mothership sci-fi horror RPG module.
Cool.
It's a incredibly beloved, very, very well expounded upon, both from the publisher and the fan community. This is a fan community project that the publisher supports and allows them to license and publish and sell and everything like that. I believe they even list fan products on their web store as a way to support the crazy community.
I love it.
This is set in the world of the movie you introduced me to. When you think of going to space and Hull Breach or Dead Planet or A Pound of Flesh, what very well-known movie comes to mind?
Are you talking about Aliens?
1,000% I'm talking about Aliens. This is probably the go-to RPG system or module if you want to incorporate sci-fi horror, space travel, you want to do like a replica Aliens type of adventure in the RPG world.
Cool.
Hull Breach specifically is a set of modules that, give you a Hull Breach scenario, right? So you're in space, you're playing in your game system. You could do a one shot or you could do a longer campaign. Cool. And this is just a thing that's like Essence of Dread, The Handoff.
So each of these is a story.
Each of these is a little self-contained story that's all the modules you need to run.
Wow, it's really detailed, too.
Yeah, to run a different Hull Breach. So, what's happening this time? Is it space pirates? Is it bandits? Is it aliens probing through the side of your ship? Is it literally just a meteorite ripping off part of the hull, and you've got to now fix it so you can survive. I thought this one you'd be very interested in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you are or not.
Totally, I like RPGs, man.
But I thought you would be. Breach of Contract came alongside that, by the way. Breach of Contract has you literally rip these pieces out of here. Your players have signed agreements with different companies. And so the DM has these to like hand out to players and be like, hey, this is an agreement you currently have. Here's your
Wayland Yutani.
Here's your contract. You have to accomplish this. Here's the reward, but here's the punishment you get if you don't. Bounty hunter services, company bylaws, what other like the full on what you can't do.
Oh wow.
Like here's a bloodstained one. Not worth it. I love that. Letters of marque, promissory note, artificial intelligence, end user license agreement.
Very cool.
I don't know.
It's just add-ons and stuff, or
yeah, they're little things that help make your story come to life, which is the whole world of the Mothership series.
I like it. So is this like minis, or is this just like storytelling and talking, or
so you could incorporate anything you have on hand. So I'd probably grab some stuff from like Nemesis to incorporate. I'd probably grab like print out like a spaceship module.
Okay.
Whatever it is you're doing, you've got supportive stuff that you can do.
Very cool.
And I think we could set up and probably run an accessible little one-shot with this. I don't think it has to be. I think with Hull Breach, I could set up a scenario where we're playing through one of the Hull Breach stories, and that's the whole game.
Nice.
So my goal is to do one-shots, by the way. I'm not trying to start like a dedicated campaign at the moment. My goal is to do a series of cool one-shots. All right. Slay the Dragon. This is a prototype. It's already published in Poland. They're doing the English version now. They've got a lot of, extra little bits and pieces. It's like an approachable, fun little RPG in a box. I'm just going to open this up and let you start hunting through it and take a look at the artwork and maybe read a little bit of flavor text and dive into it. There are a lot of elements that are still in Polish, by the way, because they wanted me to see the artwork. So if you want to read some of the Polish flavor text, if you find any of it,
I think that would be a really bad idea. I think I would.
I think this one might be in English, but they wanted to show off the artwork and let us get a sense of.
I like how vibrant and bright it is.
Is it in Polish?
No, it's not.
That one's
but
in English.
This is just descriptive. This isn't like flavor text or anything. I'm assuming if you wanted me to read anything, it would be flavor text.
Yeah, so this is like just a different module system, a little RPG in a box.
Cool.
You've got your map here that you'll be building out. You've got all the your items, your inventory.
I like it.
All of your little character sheets built out, ready to go.
Dude, this looks like something I would have put together when I was younger.
Yeah,
it's tried to convince my friends to play my own made up RPG.
I always really, as someone who loves being the DM but doesn't have time to be the DM, I really appreciate it when a game gives me the foundation to then build off of. If I want to do something fun or weird or incorporate other things into it, I can do that. But
don't most of them do that?
No, not all of them. A lot of them give you big books and give you lots of information. But when you're trying to run like a single scenario, you're trying to it's nice to just sometimes have a dungeon laid out in a pathway without having to go to third-party sources or dig too deep. Like D&D is surprisingly hard to get to the table.
D&D has tons of... that was the only way I actually ever played it.
It has tons of stuff. Yeah. It has tons of books, but if you actually want to run the game...
they have scenarios.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It has tons of scenario books, but if you want to run the game well and correctly, it is piles and piles of information. It's a lot of character creation, whereas this is much more of an accessible, get you started type of thing. Brutal Quest, a little zine that I backed on Kickstarter a little while back. Go ahead. I don't know. I guess there's not a lot of flavor text in the beginning of these. It just sets it up. It's a miniature narrative skirmish game for 2 or more players, designed for warbands of converted and kit bash fantasy characters.
Cool.
The core concept here is that you are going to be taking the role of some of these, crazy little knights or people wielding various different kit bashed items. and you are just slaughtering. You're fighting, you're going head-to-head, you're ripping each other apart, or you're going on a quest that allows you to rip things apart. This is just a game all about brutality and violence.
Nice. So it's like almost like a little war game with your little kit bash leftover characters and stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm down for that kind of stuff. I like BattleTech, so.
I thought it looked like a really fun, easy way to do a single session thing. Where
it's narrative. That's interesting.
Yeah. Where it doesn't matter what ends at the end of it.
I'm interested.
4 Ways to Die in the Future, a game I have played multiple times.
Hey, is this by the same guy that did?
It's not by the same guy.
Okay.
I don't think it's by the same guy that did. You'll have to check. Skeletons is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, I like that.
But this is just a nice, very experiential storytelling game where, like it says, you've got 4 different ways that you might die in the future, and you're going through the narrative journey of what that death feels like, how people grieve it. So you might be over like one of the scenarios I think is over a computer, like you're an astronaut, so you're over a computer calling home.
Oh.
And it's the last time you're going to have a transmission, and so you're going through the experience of what does it feel like to what's the last thing you say, and what does it feel like to close that screen for the final time. And
sounds heavy.
Yeah, it's really heavy, but it's a really cool experiential piece.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's neat. It's similar to Skeletons. I would say this is more emotionally heavy than Skeletons.
I could see that just based on your description. Wow.
Alice is missing. I don't know why I've never opened this up. Maybe just to indicate that I've not played it yet. This is a game that's completely run. It's a silent RPG game. Completely run by text.
Okay. Wait. So you just read to yourself?
No. You're sitting around the table with everyone, and everyone is... all the communication is happening across the phone. You might be texting other players. The DM is texting...
text.
Yeah.
Okay.
The DM's texting the entire group. So you're discovering what's happening and exploring the world, and you have, cards and materials are coming out. You want to read the overview here to give people a better sense of it? I've been wanting to play this so bad for so long. Again, I don't think the DM screen incorporates into it, but darn it, I'll figure out a way. I'll do it.
Alice is Missing, a silent role-playing game about the disappearance of Alice Briarwood, a high school junior in the sleepy Northern California town of Silent Falls. During the game, players use their phones to text messages to each other as they unearth clues about what happened to Alice. Yeah. The game runs over a single session of 2 to 3 hours. There is no formal game master, but one player will need to explain why Jesse has a DM screen and isn't using it for any of these RPGs. It's weird that they
incorporated that
in the first 45 minutes, players create their characters with their relationship to Alice and their ties with each other. In the next 90 minutes, follow the characters' text message conversations as they uncover Alice's fate.
So, I have been wanting to play this so badly. I think...
Sounds like a murder mystery kind of...
I think I'm going to try, maybe in a week or two, to do a Thursday night RPG session with our game group.
Sweet.
And this would be one of those ones that's prime for that, right? It's on the edge of board game. It's a one session, so you're not going to have anyone carry over. All you have to do is show up, and you can get ready to play immediately.
There's a few of us that like dungeon crawlers and RPGs. I think that'd be a good idea, man.
I'm a big fan of Redwall, Brian Jacques.
Over the Garden Wall?
Yeah. I like animals doing stuff.
So different. You're thinking of something.
Mouse Ritter, Sword and Whiskers, role-playing. It's a super, super adorable, extremely well-produced, little mouse-based RPG game system. I've heard that it's really good at functional one-shots. So you've got Honey in the Rafters. We've got our own little DM screen, so when I play it, I'm for sure just going to be... I'm going to put this... I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it behind.
There you go.
So I'll have all the information.
So we got one down.
Does it count as... Let me know. Does it count as using the Wormwood DM screen if all I am doing is putting the other game's DM screen behind that? Because normally you'd play...
But that's what a DM screen is for, is to hide...
Well, no, but this is a DM screen.
Yeah, but...
So, normally I'd show all the people beautiful artwork of the game they're playing. I'm going to actually reduce the quality of the game environment so that I'm using wood. Does that count? What do you think?
I think it counts.
You think it counts?
If you put it back there, it counts, man.
So you've got these little pack items. You've got you can only carry so much stuff with you. So you've got a grid where you're building out your HP. I don't know. This has been one that's that I backed a while ago, and I have just so desperately wanted to actually get it to the table.
And it's one-shots?
It does. No, it could be longer, but
Okay.
we can do it as a one-shot.
Oh.
All of these that I have on the table, I believe I can, in about a day, set up a pretty darn good one-shot. The next 3 are the only ones that I would question my ability to do that for.
Okay.
Because these are the big ones. This is where it gets beefy.
All right.
We have Root, the role-playing game. Have you ever played Root, the board game?
No, I've heard a lot about it, though.
So that might be something we do for game night.
Okay.
This is a RPG game that Shira got me, set in the world of a board game that we have covered a lot on the channel and we've absolutely loved. You can play the board game to get into the RPG game.
Okay.
So you can, I believe you can set up the world that you're playing in by diving into this.
Animals.
I like the little animals.
I know.
This is heavier, though. I think this is going to be a lot more work to get the system up and running and understand what's happening. I mean, you can see all of the information we have here.
Yeah.
And it's weapon skills, connections, why this, why that. So this one might take longer to do, but this is one that I'd really like to record a gameplay session of because we've got a big Root fan base, and so I think it'd be fun to show off and talk about the lore and explore the game of Root.
Play it through a couple of times and learn as you go, and then when you feel like you got it, do a playthrough on your...
I think you might be...
Oh!
Pop the seal. Dive into this.
That's Cora, I mean...
No, you got...
Oh, Aang's in there? Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, this is not the Korra sequel after.
Okay, cool. It's just Avatar.
This is Avatar.
It's just the world of
This
Avatar.
raised millions on Kickstarter. I think it was one of the biggest RPGs.
Yeah.
But this is a RPG game set in the world of Avatar.
Yeah, do people like it or?
I've heard good things so far. I mean, this is old. Like I've had this for a long time.
It's a beautiful cover.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is the Kickstarter edition cover that you got.
Spirit Library. All right, let me go to the Spirit Library.
I'm just seeing what...
Wow, this is a lot.
Yeah. I mean, like in here, we've got all the different kingdoms. We've got, Fire Nation. I don't know how easy this will be to do. Chapter 3, we're already this far in, and it's fundamentals of play now. It's like, hey, by the way, this is the... I always feel like maybe I'm over-intimidated by things like this. Like, maybe it isn't as hard as it seems.
Yeah, I bet.
But it seems like a lot.
No, I mean, like, if I showed you... I could pull out a BattleTech rulebook right now, some of the hardbacks, and they're like this, but it's
awesome.
Simple.
Awesome character profiles.
Yeah.
I just think... This is one of those worlds that you and I love. David Serrani loves this.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of friends that would have a great time playing through a session of this.
Tough! I love Tough. She's one of my favorite
This
characters.
does concern me, though.
Huh.
Chapter 8, we get to running the game. I don't know, guys. You want to make me excited to play your game? Like, you're talking 270 pages in, you're telling me how it plays.
Very cool.
I like reading from the beginning of the book. That's why I always quit. I should skim more. I should just jump back and forth and skim more.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
But
then I get things wrong and people complain.
Oh, yeah. I don't have a game channel,
like
though. I can screw up as much as
rule
I
book.
want.
I read 80% of every game I play, and yet people are so angry about
You've had me explain games to you. Like, I've called you and be like, oh, I found out why it was so easy. It's because I was cheating. Or I found out why it was so hard. It was because I was making the game cheat.
I have a theory that I don't think anyone plays games correctly. It's just most people are smart enough.
I don't know. I think Shira does.
I don't think anyone plays games correctly. I think most people are just smart enough to not film it and put it on camera.
Oh yeah.
You know how I know Shira doesn't
like
play
the
games?
First few times you're gonna screw.
Yeah, just in general, you're gonna miss something.
Yeah, 100%.
You know how I know Shira doesn't play games correctly?
Because you've played first time.
Because she hates filming them, because she's always worried that she's going to miss something, which means inherently there has to be some flaws. I haven't seen any flaws in her, but theoretically, there has to be some.
Well, like in that one game that we just played with Wes, like there was a rule that she missed until the end and stuff. Like, but that's the thing is, like,
she's a dirty cheater. You're right. Yeah,
everybody does that.
That's why we've kicked her off the channel. Told her she can't play anymore. This is a game that I picked up, a book that I picked up at Gen Con, I believe, and I loved the artwork, the style, the environment.
What is this?
It's called
Aethelra.
But
Lore of Aethelra, the Lost Druid.
I also picked this up because it's tied to a project called called Alchemy. Alchemy RPG.
Okay.
I believe that's the name. Yeah, Alchemy RPG. It's got Aethelra, it's got Humblewood, it's got Griffin's Saddlebag, it's got music. This is the single best digital version of a board game DM aid I have ever seen. Like, I'll have to show this thing to you.
Yeah.
Fully animated graphics. They take all of the artwork, all of the information, they pull it into the digital app.
Ooh.
So you have items, you have marketplaces that pop up. So if you're a DM running it, I was so impressed when I first saw this system up and running. So that's why I got this book. But go ahead and set up the introduction to this world.
Okay. The once magnificent city of Fano rests on the edge of oblivion. The three orders charged with governing this fair city are on the brink of open warfare as the Order of Spira has turned its military strength against its own citizens, looting and pillaging with impunity. Moreover, the city and lake live under a plague of merqua? A violet algae-like substance that has transformed urban wildlife into violent predators and is responsible for an economic downturn felt most by the destitute. Calls for revolution echo through the trees. Fawn Lee, a member of the Order of Indos, possesses a diary that once belonged to her father, Iram Lee. Fawn fears that the Order had her father murdered and spent day and night poring through her father's work, looking for some clue to what happened to him. While searching, she learned that her father had discovered the location of a mythic druid named Gilgazo, who hasn't been seen in a millennium. Iram believed that Gilgazo could restore Fano to its former glory, a glory not seen in 1,000 years. She fears that this knowledge led to her father's demise and scours the docks of Fano with her acolyte Mayfire, looking for someone to take up her cause, retrieve the lost druid, and shed light on her father's fate. Traveling aboard the Lake Sprite, a humble transport ship, a group of adventurers headed to Fano to earn a bit of coin could be the answer to Fawn's plea. What mysteries and challenges will they face in their expedition? Can they find the lost druid and bring him back before Fano falls into ruin?
So this is one of those that if I was going to start a larger campaign, this is one of those storybooks like you're talking that D&D provides. Because I have the app support and the book here that would provide me with like a physical thing to dive into and stories to read. This is one of those that I would actually love to run the 8 or 9 part full story arc of this RPG game.
Yeah.
Again, this is high end ambitious. If we get a good crew together that's like meeting every other Thursday or something, maybe this will be something that down the line I'm actually able to play. But I love the artwork. The writing's really good. The team behind it has, like I said, some of the most impressive RPG products I've seen.
Man.
So I want to see what they've created here.
Yeah, some of these seem like an awful lot to get. Not like a one shot. Like this is something you would want.
You want to commit to this. We wouldn't one shot this
for a long time.
Out of the stuff I've showed you, what are you most compelled by? Like, what am I going to be able to trick you into playing with me?
I mean, obviously the this what's it called?
Alien Mothership.
The hull breach. Yeah.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
That looks really fun.
You fell in love with Nemesis.
Alice is Missing actually looks pretty fun. Slay the Dragon looks fun. I would be down to play that.
I think you and your kid would probably have a good time with Slay the Dragon as well.
Yeah.
It's set up to like let a couple of different age ranges hop in.
And here's the thing, like
you're scared of Avatar.
I love Avatar.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I've told you it's one of my top 10 all-time animated series ever. But it does look like a lot to get into. But yeah, I mean, like, for sure, I would start with these guys and this guy. These two do look cool, and I think, like, if you already know a lot of Root, then I might jump into that with you. This guy looks like it'd be pretty easy to pick up, so I'd probably play this with you, too. So I'd say you got 4 of them here that I would 100% be down to play. So maybe the only thing I'm worried about with this one is it's going to make me all emotional.
A little emotional.
Yeah.
We'll get it on camera if it does. Yeah. We'll have you cry. So maybe we aim for a Thursday night game night coming up with Alice is Missing.
Cool.
Thursday or Wednesday. Could be either. Maybe a Wednesday night game night for Alice is Missing in like a week or two.
Yeah.
And then I can start prepping some Hull Breach, some Mothership content. I think the audience would enjoy seeing some Mothership content. Allison Missing, I'll just do a review on or talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would play these for sure.
Cool.
Those look like fun.
We're going to earn ourselves a Wormwood DM screen, West. You're not getting it back unless we have over 500 comments, down more than we've ever had on the... Well, not more. We've had like a few videos that when everyone was angry at me, we had more than 500
Lots and
comments.
lots of
We had a
comments.
lot of comments then. Unless we have over 500 comments saying, give West back, give the Mingo his DMs. I'm not doing it. I'm going to play an RPG game solo. I'm going to play, let me know, does playing the Diary of a Vampire count as utilizing my DM screen? Let me know that. Does making a video with the DM screen count as utilizing? No, it doesn't. We're gonna veto that one.
No.
Okay.
I would say you only got like 3 in here that I would count.
What?
I would say like this guy and these 2, honestly.
That's all you'd count as using the DM screen?
Well, that's the only ones you would use it for. I don't. You might use this. We didn't really dig too much into it. Maybe.
It has its own DM screen.
This one does?
Yeah, that's my issue. Is like I feel like if the game provides you with a really nice DM screen, it's almost not fair to incorporate this one.
I mean, we don't know though. Like the DM screen is like if you have a map, if you have things that the players aren't supposed to be able to see, these might have that.
They probably don't.
They don't.
You're right.
Yikes.
Is that the rule? What if I play RPGs?
That's what it's for.
If I play RPGs with it on the table, though, despite utilizing it, I'll use I will use this part. I'll use the dice tower part. Look at that! I get joy out of that right now. I use
maybe
that.
Maybe Wes will just let you keep the dice tower.
No, that's one of the best parts of the whole thing. That's one of the best parts of the whole thing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Let us know, what RPG do you want to see us actually cover on the channel? This is a video about all the stuff we're going to play off camera. I will keep you updated, though, on the story of the Wormwood DM screen and whether or not I have to return it to
Give it back.
West Todd. Yeah. We'll see you later. Bye.